Welcome.
Or welcome back.
No. To the Color and Life podcast.
Oh.
Welcome.
To the Color and Life podcast.
Or welcome back. Whichever matches the experience you have with us. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm John Michael.
And we are Color and Life Podcast. We can be found on www.colorandlifepodcast.com. And that will get you all the places and all the things that we have and all the things that we do. Up here on the screen are the names and the places we can be found. I have a small announcement. I just changed my Ravelry name. I am no longer Junip on Ravelry.
What?
Yes. I'm JennuineKnits on Ravelry.
No.
Same place, same projects, everything. Just, you can find me under JennuineKnits now.
Alright, this is episode 43.
Yes, it is.
Are we sure about that?
Yes, very sure.
Okay, cool. Target day for upload is Thursday, March 30th.
Yes. And we have something fun to try this time. Keeping in the Easter and Lindor truffles theme, we have Lindor truffled eggs. I don't think they're a flavor. I think they're just their basic thing. But who could resist?
I could.
You could? No. You couldn't. You helped me put them in the cart.
Yes, because I knew you wouldn't resist and there would be no stopping you. If you can't lick it, join it.
Okay. Oh, they're pretty.
They have some spring decals. I'm going to take a bite.
Okay. Does it have a little bit of a hollow top? No, it's pretty full.
Mm.
Ah, that's it.
Like a hard-boiled egg.
The little bottom has a hole.
Quite a good replica.
What do you think? They're just the regular Lindor truffles, aren't they? They're different a little bit, though. Is it because of the quantity to outside to the truffle inside?
That is way too much Lindor truffle.
The proportions are not quite right.
The size is not quite right.
So it needs to be the small one. These are just a little too big.
Yeah, on the whole, not as good as the actual ones.
As the little round ones?
Yep.
All right. So what do we have for our viewers?
No.
What? Oh,
Drinking water.
I'm drinking water.
I'm drinking caramel apple cider in this mug, which I'm trying to make it so you can see it.
There you go. It says, there we go. Sorry, sometimes I go off
On a tangent. And I'm particularly proud of this mug because the axes are labeled X and Y. A lot of nerd stuff that you get, you just have like randomly non-labeled axes all over the place, and those don't mean anything. What are you going to do with a non-labeled axis?
But
So, that makes me sad inside.
he had to have this because his superhero name is Tangent.
Yes. And I just drank that whole mug.
You did not. So
yes, I did. I just drank all...
Agent M and...
I just drank everything that was in this mug.
Tangent.
Just drink that whole mug. That's how that works.
What do we have for our viewers this week?
We have all the alongs. We have show and tell, Maker of the Month, a giveaway, and a conversation, and then questions from our viewers.
Yep, we had a question. Yay! We're so happy about questions. Without further ado,
on with the show. So, family movie night, Cal.
Yes.
All year long.
Yep.
Full rules are on the website and in the Ravelry thread. Mm-hmm. Basic idea is that, you know, it's just kind of themed knits from movies and books and such.
Yeah. Movie, musical, TV show theme. We have an additional entry possibility if you use something or show that you used something that was from one of our Makers of the Month. Like if you're using a bag or stitch markers or something like that, take a picture of it and you get extra entries. You get an extra entry for every maker you use, so you can stack those as desired. And
there's a list of them on our website.
Yes.
So
and Laura from the Crocheting Whovian is also doing a version of this. She has one of her makers that overlaps with one of our makers, so hey, lots of bonus entries there. And it'd possibly qualify in hers as well. Go look at her rules. Okay. We also have the design along.
And you are designing along.
I am designing along. So I have several new... Actually, I have one new pattern that's out. It's a free pattern. And... oh, I have two new patterns that are out since the last time. I have the stained glass blanket square and the easy cable cowl. Both of which I will show you coming up.
Okay.
Coming up.
Don't we have an entry?
Oh, yes. We have an entry.
An entry.
I think. No, maybe somebody else did too.
Oh, we do?
Yes. Somebody else did too.
We have two entries.
Yes.
It's an exciting day.
Somebody put in an entry for the blanket square, and somebody put in an entry for the black raspberry cowl.
Cool. Okay. So that's our alongs.
Oh, the design along is, maybe we should tell you what it is. If you knit anything that's been designed by either John Michael or myself, it counts. If you knit or test knit, you can put it in the design along. So, I think that's all for our alongs right now. Do we have any more? Oh, Yarns Around the World has a new along that they're doing. And we're participating with a little bit, promoting a little bit. And that is their Spring into Summer along. There's also a charity component, and it is linked in with the Linus Project. For all those details, go to yatw.org.
Cool. So yeah, that's our alongs. I think now it's time for...
showing off. It's time to show off. Show off.
There you go. Okay, shall I go first or somewhere in the middle?
How about I do the pattern stuff first?
Okay.
The new patterns. First one we'll talk about is the stained glass blanket square.
You made another one.
I made another one. This is going with the class that I'm teaching at Knit Nook. So I'm teaching this pattern at the Knit Nook, and this is what I've done without. I really like all these bright colors together. And you can see I've done it, this time I've outlined it with a dark
blue
purple.
Let me see.
It's actually called Purple Velvet.
I suppose that is a purple.
Purple Velvet.
Barely. Barely purple.
This is it.
Has like one shade of red.
No, this is really purple. I love this purple. Anyway, a lot of these are colorful, eclectic colorways.
It's mostly blue.
A lot of these are colorful, eclectic colorways. And This pattern, stained glass blanket square, is available up on Ravelry, and there are tutorials on FiberGen. And it's ready for the outline, and that's what we're going to do next time, the outside edge. Let's see what's next. Oh, hats. So
I think you named this an easy cable cowl.
Easy cable hat.
As you were talking about it in the
previous
previous
segment.
segment.
In the previous segment?
Easy
I meant
cable cowl.
hat.
Is that a Freudian slip in that you are actually making an easy cable cowl currently?
No. No.
Is that a Freudian slip in that you will be making an easy cable cowl?
Possibly. So, here's the small, and here's the large. So you can see it's a little bit taller, and it's a little bit wider. It's free pattern up on Ravelry. I would invite you to put it on your head, but...
Yeah, no.
No. He's not going to do that. Anyway, oh! Where's... Oh, George is all the way over there. Okay. So, these are really nice, and they're really tight-fitting. And if you don't have tons of hair, if you got short hair, then they are really great.
Why did you gesture at me when you said tons of hair? Very
close, tightly fitting cap.
I too wear hats.
Yes, but you wear a different kind of hat. You don't wear closely fit beanies.
It's true. I don't.
You wear more slouchier. But this is a really nice, and it works
up
up fast.
Use a closely knit beanie. Yeah.
Okay. Who?
James.
This is all linked on my project page to tell you what the yarn and the needle sizes I used and everything. And it's also on the pattern page. It says what yarn and what needle size I used. I'm probably actually going to knit up a green one out of this, to show what the green looks like. Knit up.
Nice. It's my turn now.
It is?
Yep.
Okay.
That is what I've decided.
Alright.
So, I've got my date on a porch. It may look like nothing has happened on here. Don't be fooled. Some stuff has happened on here.
Do you need a progress keeper?
No. Mainly because I don't anticipate a whole lot of progress.
We should put a progress keeper in.
So, I love this scarf. I love it. Absolutely. It is my... I love this pattern. And I love this yarn. And I really wish that I could knit on it.
Date on a porch by a beach.
It's the best kind of porch.
The porches by beaches?
Yes.
Okay.
Except for the flooding.
Oh, I would put it in the middle.
Don't mind the flooding, though.
Okay. You're putting it on the edge?
So, yes. I love this pattern, and I really wish I had time to knit it.
Are you alternating skeins? I see two.
At this point, my life is a flurry of...
Madness.
Madness, yeah. And mathness. Both of them. It's intense. Of course, I can now tell you how the composition of... No, that's 2/10. Try again. So, of course, I can now tell you how metal deforms and what causes it and how that strengthens it and all of the processes of metallic deformation and alloying and heat transitions and all of that. I could expound on it for hours, but I'm not going to, because I have a feeling that most of you would find that boring. I can't imagine why, but I think some of you would. So yeah, that's what I've been doing instead of knitting that, which, you know, makes me sad. Your turn.
So, you can get some knitting done during spring break, though.
In theory.
Now that it's spring break. Like in the evenings, relaxing, stuff like that. Okay. So, I have finished lots of stuff. The Sakura cuffs have gotten done. This is the... Would you hold them up this way? The Ballerina Bliss cowl. I mean, Ballerina Bliss pattern, but just in the Sakura colorway. by Colorful Eclectic, or Light Decay. So one of them, the little bubbly one, that's one side, and the not so bubbly one is the other side. I also finished
Slightly less bubbly one.
the cowl, and we've woven the ends in or washed it, but that will be next. That's the next on that list. Got 2 Fisherman's Rib cowls done.
Did I show my Fisherman's
And
Rib?
tutorials for these patterns are up on FiberGen. No, you didn't. You haven't shown it yet.
Oh.
It's on the list of things for you to show. Why don't you go get it right now?
Yes. Yeah, I know.
So, and now it's time for the Festival of Fisherman's Rib cowls. Ta-da!
I'm a latecomer to the festival.
You actually should. We should hold it like the purple matches you, and the blue matches me, and the red's kind of out there. Anyway, so these are all different colorways.
Starts with an S.
No, it doesn't start with
Ends
an S.
with an E. There's a Z somewhere in the middle there.
They're not sizes. They're not different sizes.
Yes, they most definitely are.
Did you knit yours on smaller needles?
I knit mine on 13s.
Oh my word. Okay, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, hold those up. This is why gauge matters. And this is what's different. Hold them over the top of each other. I knit mine on size 13s. You had a little less yarn to work with. So that's why yours is a little shorter. That's why yours is a little shorter.
Right, which makes it also a different size. See?
Yeah.
They're all different shapes and sizes.
But it's also a different width. That's amazing. Look at the stitch difference.
Because you did a 14 and I did a 13.
No.
No?
I used 13s.
No, a 13 stitch.
Nope, 15.
See, look.
Did you do 13?
Did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So, mine's 15 stitch, his is
See?
13 stitch. But even
Which
if you account for
completely
that...
undermines your gauge thing that you were
No, it
pointing out.
doesn't.
Like, that's just out the window
No, it
now. We
doesn't.
have exactly the same gauge, as do all knitters.
No.
It's just a stitch number different.
These are totally different. These stitches are totally different sizes. Yes, all of those other things are true too, but look at your 13 and my 13 are very different. So stop giving me a hard time. Those are very different. Those are very different.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
You should probably get mine away from yours because mine is dirty.
So this is why... Well, I've worn mine too.
No, mine is dirty, see?
Oh, dirty, dirty. Okay.
I used it this morning when I shoveled our 1.5 feet, 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
We got
Anyway.
a lot of snow.
So, finished Fisherman's Rib cowls, quite a few. This one got knit up because on this one I figured out how to do something a little different with the seam. So it's almost not even noticeable. That wasn't good. So it's
almost not even noticeable.
So it's almost not even noticeable. So then I knit this one up so I could do a
Why
tutorial
didn't you
on it.
teach me this technique?
Because I didn't figure it out until after you finished yours. There's a tutorial on FiberGen for how to do this Kitchener stitch with just a small change that produces with Fisherman's Rib a less noticeable seam.
Mm-hmm.
An even less noticeable seam. I mean, it's not really that big of a problem. So I've got another design that's coming up, and I'm not going to show that in progress. I'll show it when it's done. There are some things up on Instagram about it. Some little teasers there. And I did not get to the moose. I thought about it a lot. Maybe we'll get to the moose before the next one. I still want to do the moose.
I think
It's bothering
I may
my
have
brain.
mentioned this.
It's bothering my brain now.
Like I may have mentioned that the moose wasn't going to get cast on before the next podcast.
Mm-hmm. I
may have said that.
I almost went and cast it on this morning.
may have said that.
I almost went and cast it on this morning just to make you wrong, but
I may have said
I didn't make it.
I was right.
I knew you were going to be right. I knew you were going to be
I was
right.
still right.
I knew you were going to be right.
I was still right.
Okay, we could have dropped that.
This is to make you do it next time.
Oh, all of this is intended to make sure that I have it cast on by next time.
Because I want to see this moose.
Okay. So, there's more stuff. I've worked on more stuff. Watch Instagram, you'll see more stuff worked on and things. And what else? Anything else for Done and Beautifuls? Or
nope, I think that's it for all of our show and tell.
Okay. Alrighty, next is Maker of the Month.
Ah, I see.
What? You see what?
Yarn.
Yeah. So, our Maker of the Month.
which is a valid statement anywhere in your office.
This is true. It's almost impossible not to see yarn somewhere in here. Okay.
Unless you look in the corner over there. That's it. That's the only place.
I think there's some yarn over there, actually.
Anyway.
There's yarn hanging from the walls. There's everything. All right. So, our Maker of the Month.
I want to show the skeins and halves first.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
So, our Maker of the Month is Yarn Enabler. Amanda from Yarn Enabler. This is her watermelon colorway.
Take it.
This is her watermelon colorway. That looked weird with the two little things flipping out. Anyway, she has amazing colorways. Not just these kits, although I am in love with the kits. This is a colored pencil.
Yeah.
Colorway. I love that green. I've got... Okay, these... Socks, more socks. Okay. These are her famous pencil sock kits. And I have the paper sock kit too. So I can have pencils and paper. Then I can wear them even on one foot, one on the other. Anyway. Amanda Yarn Enabler. She has more stuff than just... I was looking for her cupcake one that I got. She has amazing colorways. So, look her up on www.yarnenabler.com. Look at her things. She is offering a coupon code. You'll love this.
You have to say that.
Enable me. So, you don't want to say it out loud?
No, you have to say that. Because you're the one that she does.
So, enable me, and that's good for shipping, free shipping, for orders over $60 Canadian. So, which can be a big deal if you're here in the States. That could be a lot. So, yay! Hooray for free shipping. And that's Amanda. Let me see if I can find that. Okay. Here is Cupcake. So there's a lighter pink for toe seals and cuffs. This one is Lady Gray. This is another colored sock kit. And here is the pencil yarn, or it's the paper yarn. There's a paper yarn. Okay. And this is Amanda. Go see her shop. She's got more than just these sock kits for pencils or colored pencils or whatever, crayons.
She's just obsessed.
I'm just a little bit obsessed with those because I like them so much. And I also was part of her club for a little while. Good stuff. Go check her out. Okay, what's next?
Giveaways.
Giveaways. Last time I gave away was this bag with this cool green and cream colored cotton wool yarn. And the winner was, the question was, what do you like about Douglas Adams, or do you? What are your thoughts, feelings, etc.? And the winner is Kitten Whiplash. She said,
because my best friend at the time was an inconceivable nag, I read the Hitchhiker's series as each book was released, i.e., so long ago that I don't feel bad. Oh, sorry. I.e., so long ago that I don't feel bad about remembering so little about them. But also, so long ago that I do feel bad about being so bloody old. I also remember feeling kind of meh about them, as the movie didn't help.
And the movie didn't
help. Same best friend, same inconceivable nagging. Yes, that word means what I think it means. So well done, Kitten Whiplash. Well done.
Well done, not only for winning, but for the amazing entry. You didn't win. We didn't pick it based on the amazing entry, but well done that you had such an amazing entry. Okay. Oh, our giveaway this time. Whoops.
So, this is where you put Cupcake back so that we can set our show notes down again.
Okay. Our giveaway this time is this lovely set of stitch markers from Ann Tudor. That's our giveaway this time. And what are we going to have our viewers? What's our prompt?
What festival do you wish you could go to but can't?
Okay. Which festival, if you had a choice, would you go to? But can't go to. So this is like dream festivaling.
Mm-hmm.
So is this like can't period ever, or is it can't
right now
for the foreseeable future?
Unable currently.
Okay. So
would like to, cannot now.
What fiber festival do you dream about going to?
Yep.
Okay. Next is
conversation.
Our conversation. It's time to converse. All right.
Last time we talked about a question from Ruth Rabbit, I think it was.
I think so.
I think you almost hit me in the face with your hat.
It's a cow.
You hit me in the face with your hat.
It's a cow.
Are you sure it's a cow? It looks like a hat.
It's a cow.
You should turn it into a hat.
It's a cow.
Okay. This time we're talking about FOMO.
Which is, for those people who don't know, because there are some people who don't know, fear of missing out.
Yes.
So, specifically in relation to, this has kind of come up a little bit because there's been some interesting festivals coming up. One just passed, some more coming up on the East Coast. Maryland Sheep and Wool. Edinburgh. I know I'm probably saying that wrong for...
Edinburgh.
I think you got that right. I don't know. There's a specific way you're supposed to say it when you're there from there. Okay, so we're going to skip that part. So, different yarn festivals.
Why? Because you pronounced it wrong?
Probably. I don't want to embarrass myself. Okay, so specifically yarn festivals that have been recently passed.
Give us an example.
The one in Scotland. I thought about that already.
It was a valiant effort. Okay, so, yeah, like the one in Scotland, and
there's
Rhinebeck this last year that you wanted to go to.
Yeah, and so that can really create it. It's difficult sometimes when we're following different people and can see everybody meeting each other and meeting up, and we want to be there, or we might think we want to be there, but we're too shy, or we wouldn't know how to approach somebody, or feel silly about approaching somebody. By the way, anybody who ever sees me and approaches me, I'm fine.
I was like, that's not you.
That's not me, but it might be other people who are attending someplace and see me, but don't think they can come up to me. Don't ever think that.
The most approachable person on the planet. Not even joking.
So, anyway, but there's just a lot of things where you see everybody doing pictures and we're just like, oh, I wish I could travel. I wish I could do it. Not even as much, sometimes not even as much for the yarn, but mostly just to see the people, to meet people and to do that. And then there's sometimes where you're just like, yeah, way too many people. I just don't, that does not sound fun at all. To be in the press of that many people and have to do that. And I get that. So how do we how do we make sure that I'm kind of like interested in ways to feel, I don't know, not necessarily feel. I'm talking about not necessarily being a joiner so we don't feel, so we like feel like we're there, because we're not there.
Mm-hmm.
But either changing our mindset about whether we need to be there and being happy with how we are, but still being able to connect and be part of the greater might be too strong a word, but the knitting community. So that you don't feel like you have to go to festivals or do X or Y or participate in something that either you don't have the finances for, you don't have the personality for, or whatever, but not feel like you have to do something like that or you're going to get left behind. Did I lose everything there?
So,
did we start over?
Here's my take on this. YouTube has done something that we've never seen before societally. And it's created really unique and really specific cultures. And it's done that because anyone can go on there and find a culture that they like and become a part of it.
You mean as far as just watching people do their videos and stuff?
Or becoming a YouTuber.
Okay, or doing it themselves and putting their own stuff out there.
And those are both options, depending on how much commitment you want. Mm-hmm. So that's a really fascinating dynamic that hasn't ever existed before. And we're, as a society, as like humans, still trying to figure out how to feel about that, I guess.
You think it's because we're such social creatures and tribal? Our origins are tribal in nature, so that we're kind of experimenting with new ways to form tribes?
I guess so.
Like you said, be part of this little culture here, this little tribe.
No, it's actually way more inclusive than that. It's actually something that we haven't ever seen before, and it's that YouTube, as a whole, has its own culture, and within that culture, everyone can be, because there's so much versatility of the platform.
So
it's the exact opposite of that, actually. And it's a really great thing. But with it comes a greater sense of connectedness.
Or disconnectedness.
Well, yeah.
Because, I mean, people see us...
Yeah, connectedness results in a feeling of disconnectedness whenever you can't be connected.
Okay, so you're saying maybe it's changed, that we think we should be more connected than we are.
No. I'm saying we've grown accustomed to a certain level of connectedness, and whenever we don't have that all the time, we feel left out.
Whenever we don't have the constant input of
it's
somebody being...
Yeah.
What do you... I mean, one way that I've kind of managed to feel connected is not just... I mean, there's local knit groups and stuff, but lots of times I can't get to it, or the local knit groups are far away, or they meet at night. So I've taken to doing knit nights with Zoom, on the Zoom platform. And
Right, and that leads to a greater level of connectedness, and whenever you're not part of that, you feel disconnected.
Sometimes, but also it's both really good and really helpful, but it does lack something, and that's the personal touch, show, feel. It kind of only goes so far. And I wonder a little bit since people need touching and we need hugs usually and stuff like that.
Hugs are good.
Some of this virtual community, we're not getting some of our more, maybe that's what we're envying when we see people getting together at the festivals and stuff, and our FOMO is that they're physically connecting with people.
No, it's just this subtle expectation that we should be having more fun than we are because we see people having fun. That's what FOMO is.
That's what you think? You see other people having fun and you think you should be having fun?
Yeah, but if you're not having fun watching other people have fun, stop watching other people have fun. Go have fun. Go outside, play.
That's what I heard all the time. Go outside and play.
What?
Go outside and play.
That's the honest solution, I think. It's just like, if you're not having fun watching other people have fun, if that's not doing it for you right then,
go outside and play.
Just go have fun. Go do something else to enjoy yourself. It's that whatever they're doing, right, is what makes them happy, and just because you're not doing it doesn't mean you can't have fun, you know? And I think it's this subtle response that, oh, they're having fun and I'm not. But if I was and I'm not having fun, but if I was doing what they're doing, I'd be having fun.
Because they're having fun.
Yeah, that's not the only way to have fun. There are other ways to have fun.
Okay. So your basic thing about FOMO is, if you find yourself having FOMO, go outside and play.
Yeah. When I say outside, I mean it in a more general context.
Going
as in,
outside of whatever is you see or perceive happening and have fun.
Exit your current realm of thought. Do something else that you enjoy.
Okay.
Because it's just like, you know, maybe you're having a bad day and, you know, you go to YouTube and they're at a yarn festival and you're like, oh, they're having so much fun there. I wish I could be at that yarn festival and having a good day too. But that's not how it works.
No.
That's not how it works.
Oh, we're in control. Yeah, sure, some of those things might be...
Have a good day right now.
And right where you are.
Yep.
Find ways to have a good day.
So there's this really great YouTuber, CGP Grey, and I was watching one of his videos where he answers questions, and he brought up a really good metaphor for life that I want to bring in here, and it's that life is like fishing. What?
Okay.
What?
I'm waiting for how life is like fishing.
Right, but you laughed immediately. So, when you're young, you want to travel around and find... And there are places where you'll catch a lot of fish, and there are places that are beautiful, and those aren't always the same place. And when you're young, you should travel around, and you should catch a lot of fish, and you should see a lot of places. And when you're old, you should spend your time in places that you know you like, refining your ability to catch fish.
Okay, how does this apply? Are you saying...
I don't know, words of wisdom?
You're saying you should go and have fun at yarn festivals, and I should sit and...
That is not what I said. That is not what I said.
I don't know how it applies. So, how does this fishing thing apply?
It's like words of wisdom for your life, you know?
So, which category am I in?
I don't know. That's a trick question. You can't ask me that.
So, no, I'm kind of serious. How does this fishing thing apply?
Yeah, it's so...
So, we were talking about FOMO.
Yes.
How does the fishing thing apply?
Go to a place that you know you like and catch some fish.
So you're saying we should stop being young and bouncing around. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're not happy with where you're catching fish, go somewhere else.
So you're saying find out which category you're in and be in that category.
No. So
I'm confused. Okay, so you gave us this fishing metaphor.
Yes.
What does it mean?
It means...
Because I'm confused.
It means that catching fish is not always the most important thing.
Oh, okay. So getting yarn or being at the festival is not the most important thing.
That is not what I said, necessarily.
I'm so confused. Okay, explain how the fishing metaphor relates.
You know what? It's a philosophical metaphor. Take it as you will. I am thoroughly confused at this point by Mother. So, I think we're both thoroughly confused.
We cut out a few times of I'm asking him how to apply this metaphor, and he's not, so...
That is not necessarily my fault. I wanted to share this good metaphor with you, and you're insisting on me applying it. I don't...
So it's not necessarily related, you just wanted to share this little nugget.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there you go. Are we exhausted by this already?
Yes, thoroughly exhausted.
Okay, so what questions do we have for our viewers?
Do you often experience FOMO? And how do you deal with it?
If you do you go outside and play?
Aside from just caving in and going and not missing out, because that's the lame solution. That's the trivial solution, as a mathematician would say.
That's the trivial solution?
Yeah. It's like when you have a differential equation that's homogeneous and there's one solution that's 0, but that's boring.
Okay.
You mathematicians, you know what I'm doing.
Okay. Where are we at? Questions for our viewers. How they deal with... We're still coming up with questions for our viewers. Any other questions?
No.
Are we ready for...
The next thing? Yeah.
So that's all our questions. Or you can feel free to comment down below about whatever.
Yeah.
About all kinds
Join
of other
the conversation.
things. Start another conversation. Don't miss out. You don't need to miss out. Join in.
Okay.
All right.
So, questions from viewers. This is
Questions from our
York
viewers, yes.
109. It says, I am watching episode 42, Don't Panic, and you mentioned another son and your husband. The first I have heard that you have other members of the family. Can you tell about them? If you do not mind. Are there other knitters in your family? How did John Michael get started knitting? Also, what are you studying in school? Jen, I love the new YouTube channel. Very informative. I love your new learning techniques. Thanks.
Okay. Well, you're very welcome for Fiber Jen, by the way.
I love learning new techniques. Sorry, I don't have my reading glasses, and Mother made the font really small.
That's how it pasted in. I didn't make it really small.
Then you should have made it bigger so that I could read it.
Okay, next time I will.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. I hope I got it mostly right.
We do have other members of our family. We have a bunch of kids in our family. A bunch. Everybody knows how to knit. I'm not going to go into specific details about them necessarily. Go through all the names and ages and everything, because they didn't vote to be on here. So we do have Jeremy still at home and Jacob. Sometimes you'll see them in the VKNs. If you pop into the Yarns Around the World VKN, they'll be in the background or around, and you can learn a little bit more about them there. Everybody knits, except my husband. And some of them crochet. you and Jacob, and a mixture of them weave. So everybody does crafty things of one kind or another.
Yes.
And my husband crafts on different scales.
I think that's about the best way to put it. He crafts on different scales.
Yeah, he has completely his own scale of crafting that he does. So, let's see, what else? Oh, how did you get started knitting?
I've said this a couple of times on the channel before. I wanted to make clothes for my stuffed animals.
And he went, okay, knitted things would make clothes. I need to know how to knit. So we figured it out.
And then I
helped a little bit.
I acquired tools and knowledge. Story of my life.
I helped out.
Emphasis on the acquired.
Yeah. And what are you going to school for?
Mechanical engineering.
So, you are cruising along on that degree.
Yes.
Alrighty. Is that everything? Do we answer all the other parts? Okay. I think that's all the parts of the question. So, I think that's everything, right?
Yes, I think so.
Until next time.
Have a colorful life.
Okay. What's our prompt?
I don't know.
Hence the reason I asked you earlier.
What? Hey, I didn't know then either.
So that we could talk about it and come up with it not on camera.
Well.
Alright.
Hello and welcome.
Nope. That's not how we start.
But I want to start this time. You always start. Oh, I suppose.
You really got it out of order. Okay. There's also a charity component, and you can, if it's, alright. So,
I can't replicate that level of enthusiasm again. You're gonna have to cut it.
I will.